To wrap up Women's History Month, we're highlighting a newer face at Spectrum Health. She's the Vice President of Women's Health, who is especially passionate about addressing racial disparities in women's health care.
Dr. Cheryl Wolfe making her new home in West Michigan from the other side of the lake.
Move to a new place in a pandemic must be crazy, but not crazy at all.
After spending her entire medical career in obstetrics, she's taking on the role of Vice President and Deputy Chief of Women's Health at Spectrum.
We know historically women in a lot of areas we have completely different symptoms. We have completely different needs. And so, that's how it is. That's a fact of life. And so we need to address that.
She says she moved in part for Spectrum's Women's Wellness Center, addressing issues they may not always want to talk about.
Those are delicate topics, but we have experts at our Women's Wellness Center who are trained specifically to address those issues.
Dr. Wolfe especially focused on helping women of color feel heard and taken care of.
You just want to listen. Sometimes I think women of color, and I'm an African-American woman, sometimes people don't hear you. Sometimes you say, I'm really in trouble. I don't feel right. I don't feel well. And the way I may manifest a particular illness or symptom may not be the way everyone else does. And I think the key is just, you've got to listen. Most of the times the patients will tell you what's wrong with them. You just need to listen. And so that has really been my mantra as I've moved throughout my career.
And her career has been an impressive one. On top of her medical degree, Dr. Wolfe has her MBA in the business of medicine, spending time at Mercy Health Chicago and Rush University.
We know that sometimes we have to work harder. More doors are not as open to us. That's a fact of life. And sometimes we have to work even harder.
That's why she encourages other women in leadership positions to serve as mentors.
I feel it's a responsibility to really help especially for women, really help your female counterparts, bring them up, lift them up, bring them up behind you.
Something she had to seek out herself years ago.
I found women who were in my profession. I sought them out. I was not afraid to say, hey, don't really know you, but I like your style. Can you guide me?
Now, as a female VP of the largest healthcare system in West Michigan, she loves seeing other women with the same success across industries.
You just do the silent happy dance. You do the little cheer and say, yeah, you go, girl. Look at that.
Dr. Wolfe is excited about looking at ways to incorporate unconscious bias training for providers at Spectrum Health and talking to women in the community to see how they can have a better healthcare experience. Annie Satowski, Box 17 News.